Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well. I haven't done a video for a few days because I am trying to get a lot done in my craft room and in my house with reorganizing, and I'm kind of limiting myself to 3 videos a week. So I'm going to start this week with my Tim Holtz Tuesday. I am going to kind of recreate something that I did before, but using things that we've already made and some Tim Holtz other things that we have. We recently made these frames, and what I want to do is just kind of finish them off and add some pictures in them and just age them up and maybe add a few things to them. In addition to that, I want to go ahead and use some of the Tim Holtz frames that I had purchased, and we'll do that. This is kind of what we had done before with the Chapter 3 frame die cut, and we'd done it kind of like that, and we made it look kind of vintage and everything, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. It's nothing real earth-shattering, but I kind of wanted to get some things ready and like completely finished. And the last time I did those, I did it without any kind of voice instruction, and I had a couple people saying that they prefer that or they wanted more information. So I thought I'd go ahead and do that today. It won't be identical to the last video. I will put that video in the description box if you want to see it. That is using the Chapter 3 specimen holder thing, and I did them different ways. I did them also with just some acetate, printed acetate. I'm not going to do that today. We're going to just strictly use the Tim Holtz, let's see, snapshots, and I don't even know what the others are called. I'll show you what they are. We have, these are new. These are the Idea-ology 2023 Photomatic, and then we're going to be using some snapshots. So I thought we would use the new ones. This is Snapshots Volume 2, so I guess it's 2023, and this is just Photomatic. I guess this is the first time these have come out, so we're going to use those. If we have time, I want to try something with this collage paper. This one is photographic, and I might try and use that too. Okay, so these are the different frames that I made, and I'll put that in the description box too. That was a different video. Just recently we made these frames, and I kind of want to use a few of those for this. I have different sizes here. In addition to that, I purchased the layer frames from Tim Holtz Collage, and these are new for 2023, and I'll probably use a few of those too. Okay, so first off, well, let me show you the supplies that I have. Let me do that, and then that way you guys can kind of see. I'm going to use gloves because we're going to be using alcohol ink, and whenever you use alcohol ink, you can get it off eventually, but it takes a while. This is just 1/4 inch double stick tape. I like to use that instead of glue when I'm putting acetate on, because sometimes it can seep underneath. And then I have a Ranger Tim Holtz alcohol ink, and I have ginger and honeycomb, and I have a sponge brush. I have 2 little trays just to put the alcohol ink in. I probably will add maybe just some plain alcohol to that too. And also I'm going to be using just some acetate sheets. It doesn't have to be printable ones. I just happen to have some. It could be any acetate. It could be from packaging. But this is what I'm going to use today. So first off, what we're going to do is we are going to, let me get this open. We're going to get the messy part done first. And there's two sides to this acetate. Honestly, if I didn't have this sticker on here that says printable side, I would never be able to figure it out because one doesn't have texture over the other. I don't think it makes a difference for what we're doing, which side you do this on. It really doesn't. Here, I'm going to take a little bit of paper towel here because even though this mat does go clean, it does sometimes stain. And put my gloves on because honestly, it does take a while to get this stuff off your hands. It really does. And I'm kind of wanting to knock out a few videos today because I am not going to have a chance to do any later this week, and I would prefer that my hands not be brown or honeycomb and whatever the other color was. So I have these are just some plastic trays that I got at the Dollar Tree. I like them because you can throw them away and I reuse them. So I am going to put a little bit of alcohol, just a tiny bit. I don't know if I have my dropper. Let me see. If I can find it easily, I will do that. I'm going to put like a half a dropper full in here. Well, maybe not even that much. I'll leave some over here just in case I need it. And that is just to allow me a little bit more time. You can use blending solution. I'm just using alcohol on this. And what I'm going to do is I am going to just take, let's see, why don't I try, I'm going to try honeycomb first. And I am just going to put a few drops in here. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to cut this in half and do half and half so you can see the difference. All right. So this is the honeycomb. And I am going to just paint that with my brush. And this dries fairly quickly, so you have to, in fact, I'm going to put a little bit more alcohol in there so I can have a little bit more time to work with it. And all I do is I just paint my piece with this. And this is to kind of give it an old yellowed, you know, vintage look to it, I think. And I just got this little part down here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the paper towel, but all I've done is just kind of go across it. Now, if you want it to look even older, you can kind of spritz it with alcohol or something, and then you're going to have, like here, it's not perfect, and that's actually good. I like how that looks when it does that. But you can actually go over this, like just take some alcohol and spritz it on there, and it'll make it look kind of old. But I like that look, and it dries really quick, but I'm going to put it up here to dry a little bit more. When you put the alcohol on, it does take a little bit longer to dry. I'm not even going to really do anything with this. I don't care if it mixes a little bit. And I am going to put a little bit more alcohol in here because I think it's already dried. So let's see, we did honeycomb. So now we're going to try ginger. And that's a little bit more orangey. You can also mix these too, and I do that a lot. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a different color. So we can take that and try it. I realize you probably can't see this real well, but it is there. To me, this is a little more just vintage and not as yellow and not as dark. So you may want to look at that and then decide. Put some alcohol in there because I have very little left. I should have put more drops in there is what I should have done. And you can kind of decide which one you like better. You may want to mix them both, or you decide. Now this is kind of a lighter vintage color. I missed a spot down there. So I'm going to let that kind of sit on its own. And I'll put that up here. Okay. And now that I've done that, I'm just going to put these aside. And I kind of reuse the same thing every time. And I don't really care too much if these get a little bit mixed up, because it usually works out. And this will dry. And the thing is that I reuse the same ones and I don't really pay attention to what goes to what. So, all right. So now let's get to the next part. And we are going to, let me take my gloves off. What we're going to do is we are going to open up this Photomatic. And I haven't even really looked at these yet. I just got them in, so I really love that some of these are colored like that too. I think that's really cool. And I want to see, I'm going to use some of the frames that I made, and then also some of the frames that I think these will fit in there really well. Oh yeah, that's perfect. In fact, we'll just use that guy. How about that? How about that? I wanted kind of a guy that was collecting bug look, and I think that'll work. And I kind of had these in mind when I was making these. Now you could of course just leave it just like that. I mean, it looks fantastic just that way. But I kind of like the idea of making it look a little bit more vintage. So what I can do then is, here, this is already dry, is I can take a piece of this and put it over that, which I think it would look really good. And all I'm going to do is I kind of hold it on the back like that. And of course you want to do it smaller than your actual frame. And I'm just going to eyeball it. So I am going to just take that, make sure it fits. Hope I didn't do it too small. No, that's just perfect. So that's how it's going to look. Okay. What I do is I take my, what did I do with my tape? Oh, here it is right next to me. It's sitting right here. And I like to use the tape because if you can use glue, and glue works fine, except for the fact, and this doesn't matter which side you put it on, guys, really doesn't matter, except for the fact that the glue sometimes can seep underneath it, and I just tear it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to do that. Okay. And where's my little pokey tool thing? Mainly what I use this thing for is to pull off this stuff. Alright, so we got that one. This is overlapping a little bit, but that's okay, it'll be fine. That one. And these are really easy to make, and I just think it gives it a really kind of authentic look. Now, I have done it where I do the slides where they're see-through, and like I said, I'm putting that in the description box. That's just a whole nother thing, but it's kind of along the same lines. All right, I don't know what that is right here, some kind of fuzzy thing. All right, so now I'm going to just put that on the back and make sure I have the plastic to where it is not showing. If it is, it's really not even that big a deal. So that is that part of it. And then we'll just fit this in here. And it fits perfectly. Because I'm using acetate, I'm going to again use the tape just because it will stick better than most glues. And I have it out, so I might as well, right? So again, I'm just going to put this at the top. I mean, technically you could do it at the top and the bottom, and that would probably be enough, but we're going to go all the way around. And these are just fun. And of course you can use any pictures. It doesn't have to be Tim Holtz, but I have them, so I might as well use them, right? That was another thing. I was going through my stash, and I have so many Tim Holtz people, and I'm going to have to do a whole thing where all I do is make stuff with that because I have so many. I think every time I order these multiple pack things, I end up with some more, and then I'm like, okay, well, now what? So there is a right side and wrong side to this, so I'm going to try and get this to the right where I want it. I don't want to cover its head too much. Yep, I think that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I love it, love it, love it. So that's ready to glue down on something, right? Make sure I get that on there good because I did a lot of sewing on it. So I really love that, and I do think that that yellowish tinge to it and the acetate make it look kind of cool. Let's see. Let's try one of the Tim Holtz frames. And if y'all haven't seen these, they're really neat. I love how mine turned out. Don't get me wrong. I think that the thing I think I love the most about the frames that I did is the fact that I got to use all that stuff. So I'm looking at the width on these. Mine are a little bit wider, not much, but yeah, these are really cool. And they just did a straight stitch around it. And I don't think it has, like it's collaged, but it doesn't have like, if you look on these, I have all these little elements on there that I cut out. It doesn't really, like here, let me show you one. It doesn't have as much of that, but I think that's a good thing, because you could definitely add things to this. You know what I mean? You could add it and cut them off. And this way, I think the fact that they don't have that is actually a good thing. You know, but I added a lot of stuff to mine. This one I didn't do that much. But, you know, I mean, I think it's not a bad thing so that you can kind of add what you want to it. Let's try one of the smaller ones, and we'll do a snapshot with that. Let's try this one. We will try that one. And as I said, we can always add things to them later. You know, we don't have to just do whatever it is. See, that might look pretty. Oh yeah, that could be cool. Now this frame is a little wider than the frame, you know, because like it's not like the frames that I made. I don't know what does it say here? So these are an actual 1/2 inch. There's a 1/2 inch right here. I think mine's is 3/4. So yeah, this was almost, yeah, 3/4. So these are 3/4 and this is a 1/2 inch. So let's see, do we want to do that or do we want to do a different one? I can kind of go through these so that you guys can see all the different ones. There's a lot. Oh, that's cool too. That would be cool. Let me see. That might look good. Leave that out. So they're different. They're a little bit bigger than the strips. So that's good. That would be cool too. Leave that out until we decide what we're going to do. So I'm giving you, I just wanted to let you guys see them. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside. And let's pick one here. I don't. Yeah, you can see the edges on this, so this is a little bit different on mine. Let's see if I can find one. See, one that I made, it would fit in there with the 3/4 to where you can't see it. So how about we do 2 of them? We'll do that one and we'll do this one. How about that? So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then we're going to cut that, and yeah, you can see the difference in the ones that I did. Let's see here. Let's try, got that, and then we have the lighter one. Where did that go? So let's do this one with that and this one with that. So let's do the lighter one first. And I am going to kind of just do that. Again, I don't want it too big, but then I don't want it too small either, so. And I know it's hard to see this stuff while I'm doing it, but so there's our piece. And I've got that cut, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, which I have a feeling this will be perfect right here. If not, we can always trim it. It might be a little big actually, because I cut it really crooked. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, let me put that aside up here. I'm going to go ahead and put my tape on. So anyway, I have been working very, very hard on trying to get my craft room completely reorganized, and I really did a deep dive. I am actually almost done. I'm thinking by next week I'll be able to do a craft room tour. So and I didn't really move a lot of furniture, but I really moved a lot of things around. After being in this space for a year, I kind of really went through and decided what worked and what didn't work. And I'll kind of go into that if I can. Oh, I wonder if I did that too big on there. Nope, nope, that's perfect. Okay. Because this one, I need to go right here. Okay. I really wanted to put stuff where it worked a little better for me, and that is what I have been spending my time doing. You know, you have to give yourself time to figure out, you know, what works, what doesn't work. And also too, you know, I mean, your interests change and you may be more into one thing or one style or one whatever. Or, you know, things just didn't work the way that they were. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and make sure that those are down on here because my stitching was kind of messy. And so anyway, what I've been doing is kind of moving stuff in the drawers, stuff in the shelving. I've kind of completely redid all of my shelving almost. Yeah, just about all of it I almost redid. And put different things in different places. I actually spent time, I have an adjacent room with a closet. You know, it's a guest room and nobody's ever in it, but I have use of that walk-in closet over there, and I finally broke down and decided I was going to deal with that because it was just space I could use that wasn't being used. Well, actually it was. It had stuff in there that needed to get rid of, so I think we took, gosh, my husband, he took like a truckload of stuff from the 2 closets that we have upstairs that I had stuff in that I haven't touched in years, so that was good. So it really wasn't even just doing my craft room, it was like doing all this other stuff so I could do my craft room. You know, I had all, well, it's down, so that's good. Okay, so now, what did we decide? Are we going to do this one here, or are we going to do the other one? I don't know. Here, this one has a lot of black around it. Yeah, let's do that there. Okay, and again, I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on here just because we're putting it on the cellophane. And I do know that art glitter glue will work because I have used it, and I know that 3-in-1 works, but again, I don't like it to squish out. So now this is going to be interesting here because I don't know. Hope this works, because you know what? I might just do the top and the bottom and not do the side, just because I know the side is a little bit big on these. So I'm just going to do the top and the bottom on that and then see how it works because of the way that this is. And I might glue it. I don't know. I don't think it needs to be because you're going to glue this down at some point. So how much glue do we really need, guys, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take this and place it. I guess, is there a top and a bottom? Not really, but okay. So this is kind of a... Now the part about tape that is kind of a little bit tricky is that you only have like one shot to get it down, but there is a trick that you can take a little bit of glue stick and put that on there, and that gives you a little bit extra time. Of course, you shouldn't glue it down to there. So I think I'm going to try and do it this way. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So there is that one. Yeah, I like that. It is sticking out a little bit on the bottom. I have to fold that over with my glue. I think I have enough room. Let me see if I can move it. I still have time to move it because of the glue stick I put on there. I do think I can put a little bit of glue on the side here. And I'm just going to try this glue stick and see if it works. Because I do think, let's try that. There we go. There we go. That's good. I did put that in there just a tiny bit crooked. Let's see if I still have room to move it. All right. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So I am happy with that placement. I could have inked it up a little bit around here, but I didn't do it in here. I still can because you've got this on here. And you can see this is a little bit lighter than the other one that we did. Or here you can see that. And that's kind of the look I wanted. So you have to kind of decide what you like. And then let's do this one real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on. And honestly, you don't have to put that much tape on it because you are going to glue this to something. It's not like it's, you know, like your slide that you have, that you might have dangling or something like that. This is going to be glued down to something. So I'm just, oop, I kind of cut that. Well, that's all right. I think it'll be all right. I think we'll be good. And I'll put that right there. All right, so now I am just going to go and take this off here. And mind you, this is hanging off the side on these because this opening, well, I guess I could have put that down on here. Yeah, I could have. Because that one, honestly, it would fit. But I didn't do that, so I'm going to have to just do this. I forgot my opening is smaller, so you don't have to do it this way. The Tim Holtz opening is a little bit trickier because it barely fits in there perfect. So my opening, because I'm using 3/4 inch all around my frame, and my opening is smaller, so I don't have to worry about the placement as much because it's easier to place. But so anyway, let's see, I guess that's the right way. And this one I'm not going to worry about it too much because it'll be easy to place. There we go. Got that up there. So that is that one. And you can see the difference in this is barely tinted. These are tinted a little bit more on the sides, so you decide what you like better. Now I wanted to kind of do some snapshots, and let me see how those fit in there. And I thought I'd kind of do this video too, just so that y'all could see the new stuff and decide. Oh, that's a cute one. That'd be cute. I kind of wanted to do some of the bigger ones, but maybe I'll do, let's try some of these medium size too, because I have stuff. Yeah, see, like that could work, right? That's kind of cute. I have square ones. Now see, that is that really wouldn't work unless I backed it with something, but you know what? I definitely could do that. Maybe we'll do that just so that you guys can see a way that you can fit them, make them fit in different things, right? And then we have a bigger one here. Lots and lots of stuff. So you can kind of see so many cool things. That would be cute. Let me see. Right? The bigger one would look good there. So many cool snapshots. They're all great. I think I might try and do one with the Tim Holtz one too. So we'll just kind of mess with it one at a time. I don't know if I showed you these. I just want everybody able to see, right? Quite a few little beach pictures in there too. Love that. I always love the school pictures too. That's cute. Got that one. Yeah. Anyway, I want everybody able to see what there is so that in case you're interested, that way you know. Let's go ahead and do, I think we'll do, should we do that? No, I think I'm going to do this one and this one. I'm going to do this one here because it does fit, and I'll do that one, and then let me do one of the Tim Holtz ones too, and let's try that size. That way we're doing a different size, and let's figure out a snapshot that we want to put in there. How about that? See, that would be cute, right? Go sideways. Like I said too, you don't have to do the acetate if you're not, if you're not into that. Let's see. Let's do this one, and I'm gonna do this with it. So we got to go right about here. All right. Actually, I think I'm going to do this one with that. So let's see if I have enough left over. Yeah, I think I will. Definitely I will. So it's going to be tight, but I think I will have enough. So let's just do that. And I'm not measuring or anything, but you certainly could if you want to. All right, so that's going to go with that. I hope you guys can even see what I'm doing, because I know it's kind of rough when you've got all this going on. I'm going to go right about here. So anyways, I am definitely getting excited because I'm getting to the end of getting some of my craft room done. So that and that are going to be done. That, and then this one. I don't have enough of that, I don't think. You know what? What I will do is I will take this piece, put it up here. I'll use that for a small one later. And maybe I'll put a different picture in there. There are really not that many of the small ones to work with, but no, it has to be a little bigger than that. Let's see here. I don't know. No, I don't think that's going to work. It has to have a better opening than that in there. I probably need one a little bit bigger that I can cut down. I love the one of these houses too. I think those are cool. No, I don't want to cut that down. This could work. This could be perfect. Yep. So we're going to cut that one down. And it is going to go in there. Let's do that one first, since I have it in my hand. And so I'm just going to eyeball it. Uh-oh, cutting it very crooked. And how far do we need to go with that? Probably right there is good. And I always save those little pieces too, because those work really good for the slides. Yeah, I'm going to cut this a little bit more, I think. Oh no, it'll work. All right, let's do that. Put that on, and then I'm going to cut this first. So let's see here. So I am going to, and I just hold it up and I'll just start to cut where I think I need it, like right here, and then I will do it over here, making sure it's big enough to cover the back. If I have to trim it a little bit, I will, but then that kind of, I don't measure. So I think that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. I think that'll be good. Okay, so let's do that. And now these pieces are really too little to use, so I wouldn't keep those, but although, you know, we probably could figure out something to make with them, right? I don't know what, but all right, let's see here. What did I just do with that piece? Oh, I put it up here. Oh, ding dong. Okay. So I'm gonna do it on here this time, which is smarter, easier. No, let's see here. So let's do that. So anyway, I'm getting kind of excited now because I'm getting to the end. I'm telling you, it is hard to, when I took everything out, and I'm going to show you a picture of what I had all over my, I'm lucky enough to have like this huge game room next to my really small craft studio, and I like it that size. I have other rooms that I could move into that are bigger. I could take over my upstairs completely if I wanted to, because it's just me and my husband most of the time. I have my older son staying with us for a little bit for right now, but they all, you know, have their own place and everything. So, and I have company occasionally, but it's usually just us. And so I could take over the whole upstairs if I wanted to, but I like my space. I like the size of it and everything. Oh, I did it backwards. I'm going to go like this way. I kind of want I want this little butterfly right there. And I have these little strings. I don't know. I like the strings, but I don't want them too long. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so we are going to put that on. So anyway, so this one we cut down to fit. And I like that. What's really fun about this is having all these little photos to choose from are great. I really love black and white photos, but usually the ones I see out there, I don't know, I don't know. They're not that interesting to me, and I love how Tim Holtz, I guess he goes out and I'm sure purchases these and then finds some really good ones. Okay, so let's just get that on there. It's really hard for me to see from the distance that I'm at if I'm on there right. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think that is pretty good. So there we go, and so that is that one, and that has that yellow, that darker yellow-ish look to it. And then let's do this one. And I think that'll fit in there. We're going to have to really make sure we get that in there just right. But I think it'll look really cool. So let's put that on first. So anyway, I really have decided that I am purging things that I haven't touched or used for a while. And for those of you that you have won a giveaway for my Fun Friday, I haven't sent them out, and there's a reason for that. And I did try and contact people and let them know. If you didn't get that information, it's because I am adding a bunch of stuff that I'm purging in the box, and I am going to be having more giveaways. Just because I just have too much stuff, guys. Too much. That's one thing. Junk journaling is definitely a collecting situation, and there comes a point when you have so much that you can't make up your mind what you want to use, and I am definitely trying to consolidate. So we're doing that. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to put this on. So anyway, I pretty much have decided that if I haven't used it in 2 years, I'm probably not going to use it for most stuff. Now I have a few things that I saw that I went, wow, I need to use that, and kind of put those in a place where I'm going to try and use them in the next year. But for the most part, I have donated a ton of stuff, and I'm going to be doing Happy Mails for quite a while. And I really like doing the prizes. And I didn't do a Fun Friday this last week, and I'll probably do one this week, because that's usually when I do my giveaways, but not always. And so that's kind of what I'm doing to purge. But I'm not kidding when I say that I had a truckload of stuff. My husband's truck, pickup truck. Now, it's not a huge truck, but it's still a truckload. But anyway. All right, let's see here. Get that on there perfect, because we don't want, I prefer the white not to show, Yeah, that's good. All right, guys, that is it. That one turned out really cute. Love it's the very light colored yellow. And then this is the last one, and this is the Tim Holtz one. And I think on that one, what I want to do is probably, I'm going to go ahead and put down just some distress ink on this, just a little bit. And as I said, guys, you could definitely, if you wanted to, you could definitely, you know, add more stuff to these frames, which I might do later. But I kind of like that they don't have a lot of stuff. Oh, I'm putting way too much ink on here. Oh, well. I just re-inked this, and I think it's just leaking all over the place, so... Let me get a wipe out. Where did I put those? There we go. There we are. Getting way too much. I don't know if I can wipe some of that off. Yay. It did kind of vintage it all up, so that's kind of cool. Just put a little bit on the end there. All right, enough of that, because that ink needs to sit for a little bit longer, I think. And I've got it all over my fingers now. I was trying really hard not to make my fingers brown, but I did anyway. All right, I got a little bit on that, but not where it matters. Yeah, that's what happens when you re-ink your inker. It can really make a mess. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm going to get my tape, and we're going to do that. And I could definitely see adding a few things here and there on these frames if you wanted to. But I think I like the idea that they come without a lot on there. But you can certainly make them, and that's, like I said, I'll link that video below. And I do it with a die cut, but I also show you how to do it without a die cut. In fact, this is the one I think I did without a die cut, so you can definitely do that. You don't want to have a die cut, and it's pretty easy to do. You just need a few tools, pretty much a ruler and a you know, a crafting cutter or whatever you call them. All right, let's see here. Let's put this on. Oh. Try and get that string out of the way. And I know this is not a perfect rectangle, but it doesn't really matter because it's still going to work. All right, and then we're going to put this in. And because the writing is this way, we're going to go like that. It'll be really cute. All right. So you may want to use glue, and if you do use glue, just make sure you keep your glue at the edge and that you don't over glue, because when you're using the acetate, it can go, you know, squish toward the middle, and then you'll have glue. It makes a mess. That is why I use the tape. So if you have some, use it. I think I bought this at the dollar store. So, and I don't use it that often, but there are some things I really like to use it on, and this is one of them. I think it works, you know, a little bit better because you don't have to worry about it squishing, you know. Oh, I just put the tape on the wrong side, guys. Oh, well, that isn't going to work, is it? It's totally not going to work. I should have put the tape over here. Okay. Well, I definitely don't want that sticky, so I'll have to deal with that. Put it on a piece of paper up here. Oh, chit-chatting away and didn't even realize that. Okay. Let me just get this. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here just so that I don't have to mess with the stickiness. You guys, why didn't you tell me I was doing that? Talking and crafting. That's hard to do. Okay. Well, put the tape on the right side. That was just silly. I'm sure some of you were watching going, don't look, do you know what you're doing? Anyway. Yeah, that was just not real smart. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to put this on the right side. Gosh, how silly, but easily fixed. Easily fixed. There are no mistakes. Just ways to do things differently. Just to change of plans, that's all. Okay. And you could have put like, I have one of those cornstarch things you could have put on the back and all that, but that was a very easy fix, so not a big deal. And we are going to glue all these down, so it really doesn't matter what you back it with. Okay, now let's try and get that to where it is going to fit good. As I said, it's hard for me if I'm not directly over it to see what I'm doing, but there we go. No big deal that we put this paper on the back, although it is sticking out a little bit right here, so I will cut that. There we go. All right, so that's all I had for today. Nothing earth-shattering, just kind of a craft and chat. I did want to show people what you do with these, and of course you can put those in your journal. You could, I think, maybe ink that up a little bit. I'm afraid to use this inker because it's so full of ink. Also too, on Tim Holtz, he has the white, or I guess beige thread really, and if you wanted to make that darker, you could definitely go over it. I like it. I think it's fine the way it is. So anyway, this is with the frames that we made on my channel. This is the Tim Holtz one. Here's another frame that we made on our channel, my channel, together. This is the Tim Holtz one. This is mine. And here's another one of mine. All right, so that's it, guys. That's all I have for today. I am going to do a couple more videos this week. I'm not sure when I'm going to pop on to do what I'm going to do. So best thing to do is subscribe and just hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going to be putting out a video. So thanks for watching and take care. Bye-bye.